Driver Dexter Dunn has been a household name in New Zealand harness racing for years. He was the leading driver in the land of the long white cloud for an entire decade. The Christchurch native is the youngest driver to reach both the 1,000 and 2,000 win milestones, and the youngest at the age of 18 to win a Group 1 race in New Zealand. In 2015, he competed in the World Driving Championship and took home the trophy for his country. Although he's only 29 years old, Dexter already ranks 5th in New Zealand history with 2,225 wins.
So we just heard about Dexter, and you were quite the big deal in New Zealand. So how come you came to America?
I guess I was just ready for a change. I'd always wanted to come over here and have a go at the North American scene. So had a wee stint 7 years ago when I was a bit younger and really enjoyed it. So yeah, I was ready for the change and the new challenge.
Your dad is RJ, and he is a prominent trainer in New Zealand. Absolutely love RJ. By the way, on New Zealand Cup Day, he makes sandwiches for everybody. It's so awesome. So I just sat there and ate croissant sandwiches next to all his horses. And Dexter's brother John is also a great driver in his own right. So obviously you grew up in harness racing, but were there any detours along the way where maybe you were going to do something else?
Yeah, well, when I was younger, I was going to be an All Black rugby player, of course, like any kid growing up in New Zealand. And then I probably stopped growing and wasn't good enough. So big horses become, back to being number one. And skill was pretty secondary, probably like most people in horse racing. And once you see that horse is, in your blood, it's hard to get out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've won a lot of races down under, but you've also won a lot of the big races. Do you have a favorite?
It's hard to pick one out. I've been pretty lucky to drive a lot of really good horses back home. But one of my favourite wins is probably Chris and me's Miracle Mile, which was actually in Australia, but it was a New Zealand horse, and obviously you guys over here now know him, but the older Chris and me. But yeah, it's probably one of my more memorable wins.
Yeah, so just to give everybody up to date, Chris and Me is a former New Zealand Horse of the Year, and he actually came here a couple years ago, raced right here at Dover Downs, and now he's racing up at Yonkers Raceway, doing very well up there. So love watching him, so look him up, Chris and Me. Okay, now we're going to bring Professor Dunn on the scene and have a little harness racing 101 for everybody out there who isn't really familiar with American style racing versus New Zealand style racing. So first of all, what I see just right off the bat, the race bikes are different, the fields are bigger. Talk about the differences.
Yeah, well, I think over the last 10 years, our down under racing has probably closed the gap on the North American racing, but in saying that, it's still very different. We have standing starts as well as mobile starts. Our field sizes, I think it's 14 or 15, or maybe 13 or 14 for a mobile, and can be 15 or 16 for a stand start. So obviously our field sizes can be quite a lot bigger, which can make the racing quite more tactical. And also the distances, we race anywhere from 1 mile to 2 miles, and anywhere in between, depending on what track you're on. So, and then obviously our race bikes, although a lot of the North American race bikes come down there now, they're different size, they're not quite as wide, so they're a little bit longer. So there's quite a few differences there.
And you race on the grass.
We also have grass track racing, which we race on the summertime, and it's actually it's very popular for crowd goers to go to these grass track meetings. It's on the summer circuits, and it's holiday season at home. As you'd call it over here, people tailgate, go to the races and tailgate and bring their barbecues and bring their chili bins or the coolers and have a good day out.
Another difference, the colors. So our drivers here, they all have their own colors that they, in every single race, the Tim Tetrick's, the Yannick Gingras, you can see them out there. New Zealand, it's different. You wear the trainers' colours, is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. So we wear the trainers or the owners if they have their own colours. We have to wear their jackets. So, it's how they do it down there. There was a little bit of talk about trying to get drivers' colours, but it was pretty quickly washed away. And people like to have their colours out there, which is, completely understandable. And, over the last few years, a lot more owners have their own colours too now. So, yeah, we don't have our own colours. I'd make some new ones when I come over here and make my own ones up.
How did you come up with your colours?
I guess my dad's colours are red, white and black. My favourite rugby team's red and black. And my main trainer back home, Crandall Getty, his colours are Campbell's colours, John Campbell's colours. So I sort of went for the same design, just changed the colours around a bit.
All right, that's a very cool story.
Yeah, I guess that's how I came up with it.
All right, what about a style of racing? How have you adapted?
Well, I don't know if I've done it very well yet, but I've been trying to adapt, and you know, I think the longer I've been here, the more I know the horses, getting to know the horses that you're racing and read the lines, and you know, adapt to each different track you go to with the style of racing. So, you know, I've had great support from, you know, trainers and drivers over here helping me out, giving me tips and telling me where I'm going wrong and what not to do and do stuff better. So, you know, it's there's a long list of names that have been unbelievably supportive of me and helped me out since I've got here, which I'm very grateful for. So, you know, just trying to fit in and yeah, do my best.
So you're here at Dover and you have been a regular during the meet. What other tracks have you competed at?
Well, when I first came, I started off at Chester when they were running their meet, and you know, I've been doing here, I've been doing a little bit of Yonkers and then Meadowlands as well. So yeah, they've been my sort of regular tracks. I was lucky enough to go to Lexington and compete in some stakes races there, and really enjoyed going down there. So yeah, there's more tracks to go to. It'll be you know, more of an eye-opener.
I don't want to make the other drivers jealous at the other tracks, but I hear that you are giving out Marmite sandwiches here at Dover. Is that true? Or?
Yeah, the last couple of weeks, Mike Cole and Vic Kirby have been asking me about Marmite, and I said, well, you're going to have to try it.
This is Marmite and honey, because last week we had Marmite and pepper jack. So Vic and I decided that we need to add some sweetness to the tanginess of the Marmite. And this was made by Dexter Dunn.
It's got a little bite to it.
It's
chicken?
no. This is kind of memorable. Thank you, Dexter.
Thank you.
Feed the boys here to keep them happy.
Oh my gosh, he's gonna be just like his dad, RJ. He's gonna be making up Marmite sandwiches and handing them out in the paddock.
Yeah, the Dunn Sandwich Shack or something like that, what to call it, right?
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Well, I think that you have been doing so great since you've come to America. I mean, it really is a different style of racing and everything. So, you know, I don't know how you think you're doing, but you ought to be a little bit proud of yourself.
Well, I'm just, you know, lucky for the support I've got since I've been here, Heather, to be honest, because it's been better than I expected coming over here by a mile, and I've had, you know, I'm getting really good support and nice horses to drive, which has been making it a lot easier, and like I said, too, a lot of good advice from a lot of the trainers and drivers, so it's, you know, been very lucky.
Well, thank you for helping me out with the little educational feature here and telling us about you. Now, next time you're on the show, I'm going to really give you the tough questions because I went easy on Dexter this time. We're going to do questions like, if you had a superpower, what would it be? Or something like that. So do not say what it is now. That's our cliffhanger for next time we have Dexter on. So thank you so much for being on the show.
Absolute pleasure, Heather. Thank you.
Thank you.